Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now December 8th of 2020, and ever since the very end of the Skywalker saga, a lot of fans around the world have been very curious and skeptical at the same time about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney, Lucasfilm, Bob Iger, and Chapek, as well as George, John, and Dave, and exactly what they are really doing with this new expanded universe. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Disney Star Wars is that yes, they are now seeing the road to success because of what has happened with The Mandalorian Season 2. We saw great development with the latest episodes, specifically, of course, Chapter 13 and 14. Now we are on the road to other, actual series, Ahsoka Tano, the Kenobi series, and more, that's really going to take shape within the Star Wars universe. Now, with that being said, what's really exciting all has to do with Bob Chapek and exactly what he is doing with the Star Wars brand. Now, they're not just focusing on movies at the moment, but they're also focusing on Disney Plus, the very home of Star Wars television, be it live action or animated material. They really want to take advantage of that in order to really give the fans something true to look forward to when it comes to the Star Wars lore. Now, The Rise of Skywalker, we do know that this movie had a lot of problems with it because of Kathleen Kennedy deleting so many scenes, and Bob Chapek really is trying to essentially restore the sequel trilogy in order to really gain back even more fans. Now, with that being said, with the Skywalker saga now over, both Disney and Lucasfilm have been focused on the future of their new universe. It's explained that Disney's Bob Chapek is busy developing the 4-hour cut of The Rise of Skywalker with other creators like George Lucas and Jon Favreau that will indeed salvage the deleted scenes due to Kathleen Kennedy that will make its way into the new cut of the movie. Further, it's described that one of those major scenes to be added is one of the original endings to Episode 9, in which the Force Ghost of Anakin Skywalker guides Kylo Ren while he battles Emperor Palpatine within the very depths of Exegol. It's noted that Anakin's Force Ghost would serve as a voice during Kylo's battle against Sidious, and eventually revealing himself visually to Palpatine for a short while, to distract Palpatine to give Kylo Ren a final strike to Sidious in order to defeat him once and for all. Now, the scene was going to involve Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker, where once again Palpatine is actually distracted by Anakin appearing and getting overwhelmed. Now, Kylo strikes down Sidious only for his spirit to escape and travel into Kylo Ren's body. This is where Rey would confront Kylo, who is possessed by Palpatine's spirit, where Kylo begs Rey to kill him and strike him down, which she eventually does, leaving a now reformed Ben Solo back to the light side, before dying in Rey's arms, where she would later have a funeral pyre on Tatooine for him. Now let's stop right here for a second. So, the 4-hour cut of Episode 9, we've talked about this for a number of months now. They plan to drop this in 2023. This actually happened because of what Bob Chapek saw on HBO Max, or what's going on with that actual service, is that they're going to release the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, and Bob Chapek wants to do something similar within the Star Wars world, specifically with both Episodes 8 and 9. So, honestly, I'm not quite sure if this is really going to change people's minds on the sequel trilogy, to tell you guys the truth, but I think it will create a better taste for Star Wars fans. I think it really will make fans appreciate of what Episode 9 could have been if they just did things right from the very beginning and just released it into theaters the way the fans wanted to see it. To think that we had all these different Hayden Christensen Anakin scenes that were going to be inserted, hence one of the deleted scenes was actually pretty much, ripped apart, where only his voice was taken from one of those scenes and put into the final cut when he actually had a moment with Rey. So, this entire sequence where Kylo Ren battles Palpatine and Anakin guides him, it just seems so fitting. It just seems right, because we do know that Kylo Ren is a man who looked up to his grandfather for so long, and that now he's being guided by the true version of his own grandfather. And honestly, the fact that we had George, JJ, and Chris working together, this would have very well been one of the better endings for Episode 9. They were actually working on a handful of endings. You guys may recall about a year and a half ago that they were working on like 10 different endings, if not more than that, switching things back and forth around. You know, when Kathleen Kennedy was still pretty much heavily involved with everything Star Wars. So, like I've said before, I think that obviously 2023 during the holiday season is going to be a very special time because fans are going to be able to see more sequences that were actually meant to be in Episode 9, including the actual visuals of what Palpatine's spirit would actually look like. That, to me, is a very interesting thing. We've talked about this before in the past, that it was going to be a very, mysterious type of red cloud figure that they were aiming for, kind of like what they have in Star Wars Legends. So, with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.